The left is becoming completely unhinged. They are scared to death that Donald Trump will win re-election in 2024. And of course, they're going to do everything they can to stop him, including building him up to be some type of crazed boogeyman who's going to do exactly what he didn't do in his first term. He's going to destroy democracy. Didn't happen. He's going to wreck the country. Didn't happen. He's going to persecute his political opponents. Didn't happen. We have a consistent, steady track record of what Donald Trump did, and people look back on it and they like what they see. But people moving forward who are on the left, all they see is the rash dystopia he's going to create, including Whoopi Goldberg. She's going to have a complete meltdown on The View. Let's go ahead and check this out.
The dreaded.
In a new interview released this morning, you know who told Time magazine what he would do if he gets back in the White House. Things like this. He's going to let states monitor a woman's pregnancy.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
He's going to deploy the military to deport migrants.
And the Mexicans are going to pay for it.
And he's going to absolutely consider pardoning January 6 rioters.
Of course.
Now, he was also asked if he thinks there will be political violence if he loses, and he answered, it depends.
Is he referring to something he was wearing?
You're on fire already.
You know? So is this, I mean, there's also, this is my favorite.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell you before I say it that it enraged me. There is a definite anti-white feeling in the country right now.
Oh, please.
Yeah, that's what he said. You know, sir.
No. Sir.
Yeah, sir. Nobody in your family was hung. Nobody in your family was chased because of the color of their skin. How dare you? There's no anti-white issue here. You are perpetrating anti-humanist issues here.
So Whoopi says all of that as if it's a bad thing, and in the meantime, the rest of us are kind of like, that seems pretty reasonable, right? Okay, so to start off, she says, oh, the government's going to monitor your pregnancy. Okay, so she's talking about Roe v. Wade being overturned. Don't worry, Whoopi, places like New York can still have their abortions up to 9 months, but the rest of the country that hopefully still has a soul can make the rules their constituents see fit. And then, of course, she says, oh, the military is going to be used to remove illegal immigrants. How else are you going to get rid of 7.5 million illegals, right? Local law enforcement will be overwhelmed. You'll have to involve the National Guard and military, etc. All right? It just makes sense. And then, of course, she says, oh, he's going to free the January 6ers. Oh, those terrible rioters, many of which were convicted for simply walking into the Capitol building. All right. Yes, they should be set free. But Whoopi might not actually know that if she wasn't just reading talking points handed to her by some leftist intern. And of course, here comes the big one. Oh, political violence. There could be. Yes, Trump is just basically covering his bases. I mean, imagine a scenario where there is rampant voter fraud. Okay, and it's all caught on video. It's indisputable. And then Biden does something crazy like, starts arresting people willy-nilly and not allowing anyone to talk about it freely and fairly and openly. Yes, things could happen. But here comes the doozy, all right? The anti-white sentiment. Yes, we do have this anti-white sentiment, and the only way you wouldn't know that is if you've been completely blind the last few years, all right? So here you have a standard article from HuffPost, all right? A leftist rag. Are all white people racist? And down here, of course, the answer is yes. Yes, they are. All right. This is the sentiment that has been spread for the last several years on college campuses through DEI initiatives at businesses. If you are white, you are racist. That is an anti-white sentiment. And guess what? It has percolated through the system and been accepted by the likes of Microsoft, who is now bragging that, yes, it pays white employees less than non-white employees despite the same job title. And they are actually being sued right now for this discrimination because, yes, you can actually discriminate against white people. And over here, you have IBM. The CEO in a conference call admitted that they give paid incentives to people who hire more diverse applicants. So guess what that means? Not white people. Okay, so yes, it is actually happening. These are things that are widely accepted. And the fact that Whoopi Goldberg doesn't know this is going on means she has no business being on a daytime talk show where they supposedly discuss current events. Now, of course, what's the end result of this madness? Where you have people who basically feel justified in doing the worst acts possible to people of the opposite race. And here's just one example. A California man was basically convicted of a racist shooting, right? Here's a black guy who decided to go after white people because he felt whatever, possibly because they were horrible and it was okay to kill them. Because remember, as soon as you dehumanize someone, you can do anything to them. All right. That's how evil works. So wake up, Whoopi. It's out there. All you have to do is be ready to accept the truth.
Is he the future? Is he the future? Well, I gotta ask.
Yeah.
You know, that's the gig. They pay me.
So I read this big time interview this morning, and it's Trump in his own words saying these scary things. But I wasn't as taken aback as I should be, because for the last 4 years, myself, others who spoke out against him have been saying literally line by line what he's saying in his own words in this piece. And it is devastating to me that that is not resonating with Republicans, a party I've been a member of my whole life, that they're just not believing it. The other day, Bill Barr, the former attorney general, was asked about something I had stated where Trump said that somebody should be executed because they leaked a bad story about him. And he basically was like, I don't recall that. But on other occasions, he said stuff like that. But we shouldn't take him literally. No, the things he says we should take literally. And I've said this 1,000 times. There won't be guardrails next time. There won't be Mark Esper. There won't be John Kelly. There won't be Jim Mattis.
That article.
He says he's going to only hire loyalists and people who say that the last election is stolen. So he's admitting he's going to staff a White House and the entire federal government with either liars or lunatics. It is very scary. And I just want to underscore, because I want Trump to lose, he and Joe Biden are neck and neck. It is very real that in 7 months we will wake up to President-elect Donald Trump, and that should be scary for every American.
It is scary.
With Republicans like that, who the heck needs Democrats, all right? Trump, in his own words, is saying all of these scary things, and she wasn't as shocked as she should have been. Yeah, do you ever think you're on the wrong political aisle, all right? You're really afraid that Donald Trump will not have any guardrails. You have nothing to worry about. He already had one term. People know exactly what they are getting, and he wants loyalists because his first year was pretty chaotic. People were leaking all types of information, right? He was firing people left and right just to get people into the office who didn't just want to use him to make a quick buck and get their foot in the door at some company, all right? All of these things are things he wants to avoid in his second term so he can hit the ground running and hopefully get our economy back on track. Is that really so bad? But of course, to them, oh, Donald Trump is the end of the world. It would be awful. How can we end up with this? Because Biden sucks. He sucks so bad. I have nothing else to say on this subject, I suppose. So thank you for watching this long. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and stay safe out there, people, because they're coming after you.